Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tea Break English Club podcast. To learn more about the club and our community, click the link in the description. Enjoy the video.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tea Break English Club. I'm one of your hosts, Finn, and today we are just introducing you to the club, to us. Some of you already know me pretty well, but today I'm introducing my new fellow host, Cal. Cal, please can you give us a little introduction to you?
Yeah, sure. I'm Cal. I'm an English teacher, fellow English teacher from the north of England. I met Finn a few years ago when we were in Brazil together. We were both studying modern languages, so we're both linguists ourselves, and I think that's maybe led us both down this path, I guess. But yeah, I live in the northwest of England, slightly different to Finn. It's a lot colder. Um, and I'm a CELTA teacher. I've recently graduated from university and got my CELTA. And yeah, currently I'm just living in England still, but I'm hoping to get back to Brazil and teach out there, hopefully.
Nice. And you're working in a pub at the minute, aren't you?
Currently, I'm working in a pub.
Very British,
Um,
isn't it?
yeah, it's not ideal. Unfortunately, because of student loans, it's left me in a position where I have to make money somehow, and I'm living at home with my parents and working in a pub in the evenings to try and get enough money for a plane ticket out of here. Yeah.
Nice. And what kind of pub is it? Is it like a small, traditional, stereotypically British pub, or is it Weatherspoon? Weatherspoon.
So it's not a chain, it's not a company. It's an independent pub. It's a brewery, so they make their own beer. And it's called the Barn. So it's in an old building where they kept animals. Um, and yeah, it's quite nice. It's quite posh. Um, it's got a lot of character. I think it's been on the news a few times.
Oh,
Um, yeah,
famous.
yeah,
Nice.
some some travel shows and things have been there. It's a nice pub.
Ah, pretty cool actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
better than I mentioned Weatherspoon or Spoons as we call it, which is a big chain, a big company of just pubs that are, oh, how do we describe Spoons? Just dirty and sticky and
it's like a medieval tavern transplanted into current time. Is how I describe it.
um yeah, and it's somewhat cheap
Yeah,
nowadays.
it's cheap.
They've increased their prices, but it's notoriously the cheapest pub, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's very English of us. I think we've been speaking for 2 minutes and we're already talking about pubs.
Priorities, isn't it? Yeah, people are here for an English club and they've got spoons.
What about you? What about you, Finn? What are you working as at the moment?
So I have also just graduated from uni, modern languages, like you said. We both studied Spanish and Portuguese. I studied translation on the side as well, like translation theory and methods, stuff like that. And Cal, you did history, didn't you?
Yeah, I did history. Yeah, yeah.
As well. Nice. So I am also just living at home with my parents, with mummy and daddy, and saving up money to go away again, to get out of here, to buy a plane ticket. Also hoping to go back to Brazil first, I think. Just at home English teaching. Really, that is me, and I live in Cornwall, which is the most southwest county of the country. So the bottom of England is kind of shaped like that, and yeah, right. right in the corner, right at the bottom.
What's it
And
famous for? It's famous for surfing, pasties.
yes, pasties. Yeah, so we have a lot of beaches and farms and fields and not much else. There's no like big cities or anything too famous nearby, I guess. Anything big. But yeah, surfing and pasties, which are amazing. Yeah, so I went to uni in Cardiff, which is a little bit further away from home, I guess. It's the capital of Wales. So in the UK, we have England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland. So I went to Wales. It's basically just the same thing, apart from they speak funny. um, so yeah, kind of moved away to a big city. Well, it's quite a small city actually, but it's a whole lot bigger than what I'm used to in Cornwall.
Hmm.
What about you? So
Yeah, I had quite a similar experience. I'm from the north west of England, in a place, well, in North Yorkshire, is the county. Um, and yeah, I mean, it's not that different. I mean, we don't have surfing, we have pies instead of pasties. Um, and it's also just farms and fields, probably more rain and cold weather than down south, but quite similar. And I also moved city for university to a place called Sheffield, um, which was great. Finn came and visited once. It was a great city. It was a lot bigger than here. It's still quite cheap, but it maintained a bit of like a small town feel. Um, I guess a capital city maybe wouldn't. Um, but yeah, that was where I also got my CELTA. Um, and I recently moved back, and I'm suddenly quite bored.
yeah, bored of living in your own little world, I guess.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, Cardiff, it's a capital, but I think because it's quite a small city and it's quite pedestrianized, we can say. So like you can just walk everywhere. It's kind of designed to walk around the center very easily. So yeah, I guess it was a good size for me. I think I wouldn't survive in London or somewhere like
yeah,
that.
yeah. London is amazing though. It's huge. It's amazing. It's an amazing city. There's so much stuff there, so much going on. But it is extremely expensive.
Yeah, that is the main thing. It's just the
Yeah,
cost of living there. Like, I know a few people now that, like some of my mates that have finished uni and moved to London for a graduate job or like a junior role, the entry level position, and they are surviving. We can say
yeah, yeah.
not saving
It's
any money, just living.
yeah, it's crazy. Everyone always talks about. It's quite funny. A very British thing to do is um, a unit of measurement for money is the price of a pint. And it's the first thing that anyone says about London. They always go, "Oh, it's £8 a pint down there," you know.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It should be half that, shouldn't it?
Yeah, but I think that's a very English little thing to measure the economy in terms of pints. The
Yeah, to
price
compare
of
different
beer.
prices around the country.
Yeah.
All right. What do you do for fun then, Cal? What do you do on the weekends, your evenings, your spare time?
Well, honestly, there is not much around here. In Sheffield, I would see my friends quite a lot, but I'm obviously limited with that here, because no one lives here. I'm extremely rural. I like going out for walks if it's a nice day, which is rare. Because I live quite near Scotland, which is quite mountainous, and I guess a good way of explaining it, everywhere in between the north of England and the top of Scotland is all kind of full of mountains. Um, And so it's very beautiful. There's lots of places to walk and mountains to climb and things like that. Um, but I'm also really into music. I very much enjoy listening to it and playing music as well. Um, I'm still in a band that's based in Sheffield, um, and sometimes I go back down there to play concerts, gigs with them, um, which is really fun. I'm going to play one next Friday, so a week on Friday. Um, so I need to start practicing, but yeah, I'm excited for that. Um, but yeah, music mostly, and I like to try and get a bit of music into teaching as well because the band I play in is a Latin music band, so lots of the songs we do are in Spanish or Portuguese, um, and music was definitely something that helped me learn languages. Um, listening to lots of Brazilian music definitely helped my Portuguese. So I think as a language learner myself, I think it's a nice thing to be able to use to teach other people English.
Yeah, yeah, nice. So I guess we will get onto that in a little bit about how we will, I guess, teach, but help you guys learn is more of the approach we want to take. But we'll talk about that a bit more in a minute. But yeah,
Yeah.
nice. So very, very, very musical based. You're talented, we could say.
That might be a bit of a stretch, but what about you? What are you up to down in Cornwall?
Well, I'm definitely not musical. I don't have the music gift, but I try and do a lot of exercise really. So my girlfriend and I have signed up for a big run, a 50K run. Yeah. She kind of got me into running really and started dragging me out. And then now it's just a challenge to sign up for whilst we're at home because I knew I was going to be kind of stuck at home for a while and there's not too much you can actually do down here and running is obviously pretty cheap. You just need your shoes. So yeah, just a challenge to do whilst I was kind of starting the English teaching and saving up some money. So we're doing that in January, towards the start of January.
50
So
kilometers.
yeah,
Where?
the on the coast paths. So starting just at my local beach, I guess, and just yeah, going along the coast path and going back again. So it's
That's
pretty up and down.
that's crazy. That's more than a marathon.
Yeah, yeah, just a little bit more, like 8K more, something like that.
That's crazy.
I've been training pretty hard for that, but it's yeah, scary, scary thing. Definitely a big challenge. So I've been doing a lot of running and I've always gone to the gym on and off quite a lot. My dad's pretty into the gym, so um, doing a bit of that on the side. It's kind of needed for leg strength and everything like that for the long running. But surfing's my favorite thing, really. I'd say I try and surf as much as I can, but recently it's not been anywhere near as much as I'd like. But hopefully after the run or in Brazil, when I get to Brazil, head down to Floripa and hopefully go surfing a lot more, a lot more.
Did you ever go surfing in Brazil?
Yeah, so after we finished our exchange program, I went down to a beach called Maresias, it's in the state of Sao Paulo, but not too near the city, where well, it's called Gabriel Medina. You probably have no idea who he is, but pretty big time surfer. He's won a load of world tours and pretty famous in Brazil, like a Brazilian celebrity. And yeah, he's from that beach. So I was kind of just set up there for about a month, maybe just under a month, just
Wow.
surfing and doing nothing, making videos, starting my starting my TikTok and my Instagram.
Oh, that's where you began your English teaching videos.
Yeah, so I was kind of just chilling out, relaxing, not really doing too much other than surfing. So that's when I started it all, started the journey.
Oh, that's so cool. I also surfed in Brazil.
Oh yeah. Tell us more about
Well, I went to, it was in Bahia. I went to Itacaré and I took a surf lesson. I stood up.
that.
I'm not used to stand up. Um, it was quite embarrassing. The wave was about this big, and the surfboard was huge, but it was really fun. Like I'd love to learn more. Maybe Finn can teach me at some point.
Yeah, We'll have to meet up in Brazil and do an in-person podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
We can definitely, I think we should definitely plan that. Maybe film a load together or do a load of lessons together or something like that.
Yeah, of course, that'd be great. I think
We could do a surf lesson.
I think a surf lesson sounds more fun than a 50K running lesson.
Yeah, that'd be pretty boring, wouldn't it?
So should we talk a little bit about what we've got planned for the English club?
Yeah, the reason people are here.
Yeah, why not?
So we just wanted to make something really that we would use ourselves for practicing Spanish, practicing Portuguese, and we want to make sure it's something affordable, not like I guess like a strict academy or something just for you to practice as little and as much as you'd like. Just pretty chill. No paying loads of money. Go to a load of live lessons, classes. Do your homework. Just whatever you want to do. And so first things first is the podcast. So we want to release sort of like, I guess we could call it two parts, but it's so one big extended podcast onto Patreon, but we will have like a mini free version on YouTube. We will try and get it on Spotify, maybe. We haven't really talked about that yet, but I guess that's something we should do. And having it on Patreon as well, just for us to dive into different topics, I guess. So more of like I guess advanced or in-depth dive into talking about different things, which is useful for just if you need, I don't know, I guess like you're speaking to someone, you need to be able to talk about loads of different topics about everything in life, don't you?
Yeah, I guess our thinking was listening is a really big skill to develop when you're learning a language. And it's, being able to hear native speakers talking to each other is a really valuable kind of tool for learning. And it's something, as someone who's learned a language in the country where it's spoken, just being there and being able to hear the language spoken naturally, how people speak it, is definitely something that I've found really, really useful for improving my kind of skills as a language learner. So I think that was part of our thinking behind it, the podcast.
Yeah, and we want to kind of make everything almost like a guide as well. So we're not teaching you and we're not just uploading something for you to kind of try and figure out on your own. So when different words and phrases come up, interesting vocabulary, things like that, we will talk about it a little bit, just explain it, maybe give some examples, and in the, I guess, show notes we could call them, in the on the post itself on Patreon, have like a little glossary almost of all the words that we speak about in the podcast.
Yeah, So we'll dissect it a little bit more, and kind of demonstrate in a little bit more depth what we've spoken about.
Yeah, kind of guide you along the way, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, podcasts is the one of the big main things, and then having more of an advanced English day sort of thing. So people may be preparing for IELTS or wanting to improve their English for jobs, maybe getting a new job or just advancing their career. Just talking about different things that will help you. So that, I guess, will be a bit more of a lesson almost.
Yeah. So along that same track as well, we'll also be uploading kind of, I guess, guided learning is a good word for them. So videos of Finn and I talking through maybe a text or a video or a song, and kind of examining that with you. So going through it and talking about it, highlighting phrases, words, and trying to kind of extract the most amount of important material from it.
Yeah, and we want to focus on just real world materials that are created by other native speakers. So with the texts, for example, it could be maybe blogs or articles, or there's something from the news, or even comments on a YouTube video, something like that, to walk you through just real world English, help you survive out there in the big wide world. And then so we were thinking kind of like every weekday having something. So Monday the podcast, Tuesday like an advanced English day. We were joking about calling it like a big boy English day. But yeah, so an advanced English day, and then Wednesday, Thursday, sort of guided learning videos, and then having a glossary and a quiz at the end of the week. Cal, can you talk us through our glossary?
Well, so I think we'll be compiling words throughout the week that come up through our different content. And I'm going to have a section, and Finn will have a section. My section will focus on Cal's critical vocabulary. So the vocabulary that I think is very important and useful. Whereas Finn's, what are you going to call it, Finn?
Finn's favourites, I think we were going with.
That's
Yeah, I
gonna
guess.
be,
Oh, no, go on.
that's just going to be your selection of fun favorite words that come up that are maybe less useful.
Yeah, something just interesting to use, I guess, or maybe something that can impress a native speaker. Sort of like how do you know that? How do you know what that word means?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then a quiz as well that's using the words from the glossary, specific to that.
Yeah, so I think that's always a nice way to end a week with a little fun quiz and recapping kind of what we've all looked at together throughout the week.
Yeah, and then a nice break over the weekend, a 2-day rest, and then you guys can catch up on what's happened. If you've missed any days, or you want to pick and choose what you want to do and practice, then you've got the weekend. And then that brings us on to our. Is that what you were just about to say? Yeah, brings us on to the other main part of the club, a more interactive part, you could say. Cal, do you want to introduce us to that?
Yeah, so we're gonna have a Discord set up, linked to our Patreon account, and it's basically just where all members of the club will be able to interact with each other and with us, and and it's going to be the opportunity for you guys to ask us questions, to talk about the work with each other, and also for us to be able to set activities with you, and maybe just share little updates about ourselves and our lives and what life's like here in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, showing like the day to day, because when you're learning a language, often the hardest things can actually be the simplest things in life, that you're just trying to explain what you're doing, or trying to explain how to do something, or yeah, something like that, I guess. So we were thinking originally maybe just like a big group chat, but with Discord we can have all of the different chats and channels and have everything separated, and you can participate in what you want, do as much or as little as you choose, and we just want to make it as interactive as possible for all of you.
Yeah, exactly.
And there was something else we didn't actually prepare in our little notes for the podcast, but just the conversation classes as well. And there's a little extra. We were going to try and run them kind of every weekday, the same. So Monday to Friday, more of just opportunity just to practice. So we're not teaching anything. We might come with like a topic and some questions related to a topic, but other than that, it's just more a conversation.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think conversation is so important in learning languages, um, and it's also just enjoyable. It's nice in the time, of a short amount of time, we can practice quite a lot, and it can just be, yeah, a pleasant experience. We can have a cup of tea or coffee and have a conversation in English, and it's a really great chance for you guys to practice.
Yeah, awesome. And what was the other thing I just thought of? Ah, yes, the we haven't actually created it yet, but by the time this goes out, we should have a Tea Break English Club Instagram account. So, Cal, you're going to run that.
Social
Going,
media manager.
yeah, and yeah, we're trying to. I guess we'll try and share some videos, do like collabs on the accounts and whatever. So, I guess that's a nice way for us to finish up now. Is just, if you're watching this video, please go and check out our Instagram. Just T-Break. We haven't made the haven't made the username yet, but T-Break English Club. You'll find it.
Yeah, we'll put, so in the notes beneath this video, we'll put all of the information, all of the key bits, but our Instagram name will be one of them.
Yeah. We'll do a little summary of everything we've talked about, and yeah, make sure you explore the Patreon page. Everything is on there, and message us. Just message us, send us an email. I guess I'll put my email down below. We will have a club email as well. If not, yeah, you can message us on Patreon directly as well. So however you want, just reach out and we can answer any of your questions.
Perfect.
Nice. I guess that's it.
Yeah, thanks very much if you've watched this far. And yeah, we hope to see you soon, I guess. Chatting, conversation, or messaging on Discord.
Nice. Yeah. See you later, everybody. Have a good rest of your day.